Hello teachers, this is the instructional guide for primary 3, term 1, week 12, right? The last lesson of the term. So for today, there are two, or rather for this week, there are two booklets plus one term review paper to be assigned as homework. Let's start with the first booklet, which is on multiplying by ones, tens, and hundreds. So relatively easy topic. So start off by getting students that 2 times 1, right, is 2 times 3 is the same as 2 ones times 3. All right, so say it out in terms of the place value. 2 ones times 3, and so 2 ones times 3, you get 6 ones. All right, so 6 ones is the same as 6. Now what about 20 times 3? So ask them, right, refresh the idea. 20 is the same as 2 tens, right? Remember 0 stands for tens. All right, 20 stands for hundreds. So 2 tens times 3 equals to 6 tens. Right, we just put a tens aside, the place value aside, and 6 tens equals 60. Now what about 200 times 3? Right, so 2 zeros, they learn it from place value. 20 is the hundreds. Right, so 200 times 3 is the same as 200 times 3. Okay, I think there's a times 3 missing here. Okay, not sure whether you have that in your booklets. So yeah, all right. So what that means is 600s then, 200 times 3 will be 600s. So when you write it in number form, it'll be 600. And then get them to notice, right? What do they find something in common? If they're unable to say, just tell them, actually, right, when they are multiplying by tens or hundreds, all they need to do is think of it as multiplying by ones, but putting the 0 aside first. And then once they have done 2 times 3, they put the 0 back. So you get 60, right? Because 2 times 3 is 60, then put the 0 back. Same thing, right? 200 times 3, okay? Put these 2 zeros aside. 2 times 3 equals 6, then put them back, so you get 600. So that's a very quick way of getting them to answer the question. And then after that, I would like you all to get them to do guided practice on their own, right? Watch that they see that they have understood the idea. Okay, so this familiarize themselves with the idea of using this way, right? Just put the hundreds, put the zeros aside, multiply the ones, and then put the zeros back. And then we move on to dividing by ones, tens, and hundreds is the same thing. So 6 divided by 3, right, is 6 ones divided by 3. So 6 ones divided by 3 equals to 6 divided by 3 equals to 2. 2 ones. So that's 2. What about 60? That'll be 6 tens. 6 tens divided by 3 equals 2 tens, and then so equals 20. And then 600 divided by 3 equals 200 equals 200. So same thing, what they can do is, whenever it's multiplication division, put the zeros aside first. All right, then divide the ones, right? 6 divided by 3, you get 2, then put back the 2 zeros, right? Remember that they have to do that, otherwise the answer will be wrong. Okay, so, and then after that, let's see, all these are the same, right? So what if it is 12 tens? Sorry, what is 1,200, 120, right? So put the 0 aside, okay, then divide by 6. 12 divided by 6 equals to 2, put back the zeros. Okay, now for this one over here, all right, this is quite interesting. 200 divided by 4, right? If they take away the 2 zeros first, 2 divided by 4, they will have a hard time doing it. So maybe just take away 1 0. They can do 20 divided by 4, right? And then 20 divided by 4 equals to 5, then put back the zeros, right? After that, get them to do the guide practice. Okay. And once they've done the guided practice, right, I would like you to go through, make sure that they're able to do one of these questions at least on their own, right? If not, you may have to do another one, right? So they to be able to break the numbers apart. 30 is 3 tens, 30 times 2 is 3 tens times 2, and so on. And then do another one with, there's another one called product. Introduce to them the idea that product basically means multiplication. So product of 8 and 20, right? Get them right up is actually 8 times 20. Okay, product, right? So get them to write it up. 8 times 20 actually is already here, right? But you need to demonstrate, so same thing. And then after that, we'll move on to division, but I'd like you to get them to do this one instead. So same thing, right? 70 is 7/10, right? 7/10 divided by 7 equals 1/10, and then write the numbers here, right? We need another one to do another one as practice. Okay, let's see. I think get them to try this on their own, so they know that they cannot just put the 2 zeros aside first. All right, that will not allow 3 divided by 6. They will not be able to do it on their own like that. Okay, then let's see. I think yeah, the rest I think I would just assign as homework, but perhaps just to make sure that they are able to do a few more on their own, right? I would say go to page 16, do question 8, right? And then B and F. Okay, and then we move on to the next book. Okay, maybe one more question. So for this, right, they should know that they need to write the numbers out first. 300 and multiply by 5. Okay. So for this one, right, I would say let them try on their own. This one is quite interesting, right? So what divide by 9 equals 70, right? So they have to put on their thinking caps, put the 0 aside first, right? What divide by 9 equals 7. So basically 9 times 7, right? Or they can do 9 times 70, right? Multiply. Okay, I think it should be fine. Or maybe you think the class is not that strong, you can do one of the questions here, D. Okay, all right. Now, then let's move on to the next booklet. The next booklet is on working backwards. Just give me a minute. Share. Okay, so I would say skip the first few pages and go straight into the guided practice. All right. So here, some of the questions, some of the terms that they may not understand would be words like boarded. Right? What does board means? Board means they go up the bus. Alighted means they get off. So when they get off the bus, right, and then this is getting off the bus. Okay, all right. So basically boarding, right? If they are asking about the number of people on the bus, right? Boarding is plus, alighted is minus. So the question is asking how many passengers boarded the bus at the terminal. So it's actually an at first question because they start off at the terminal, isn't it? So at first question, right? Remind them, or rather test them. What does it mean, right? When it's an at first question, what should they do? They need to work backwards. Okay, but because this is something very different from them, what I'll suggest is you draw up the stories as it is first. So here is shown, but please do not use this more answer. They may not be received. So let's do it this way. At the terminal, okay, there were some passengers. We don't know how many, right? But what happens is at the first stop, right? At the first stop, we write it as change 1, 15 boarded, so plus 15. Okay, then we don't know what this is. Then at the second stop, 12 alighted, so this is change 2. 12 alighted means take away 12. And then they end up with 30. Okay, so working backwards, right, because it's the first question, right, means everything is in reverse, right? So we need to find out what happens here. So if it's minus 12, right, you work backwards, it becomes plus 12. Okay, and after that, work backwards, right? If it's plus 15, it becomes minus 15. Okay, so they have to find the first question mark, right? That would be 30 plus 12 equals 42. And then after that, they have to find the last question mark, right? Because it's minus, right? So 42 minus 15 equals 27. Okay, then write the answers, right? This is and make sure that they write the equation as well. Okay. For this one, you can try showing them in class as well, right? How to do this is really working backwards, right? Imagine they are tracing back, right, where they came from, right? So 6 squares to the right. So now you have to do what's the reverse? 6 squares to the reverse would be 6 squares to the left, right? So do it in class. Teach them how to do this. And then I would say maybe get them to do one question in class on their own. Let's see which one is good for them to do on their own. He packed the remaining bags into 4 bags to give his family. Each bag had 3 curry puffs. Okay, I think you may have to do, yeah, each bag had 3 curry puffs. Oh, this one involved multiplication. So maybe do this one, teach this in class with them. Okay, and then the rest I will get them to do as homework. All right, now if you have a chance, feel free to work on a few more questions. Okay, doesn't matter, right? Perhaps I think maybe one question to do with them. Math, maybe do a math stream question with them, right? If you have a chance, do number 2, right, with them. Okay. All right, so that's it for this week's P3 topic. Yeah, and then remember there is a term review paper to be assigned.